Welcome to the Week in Review, the show that brings you up to date on the week that was. Here are the top stories. Center makes concessions to states on the GST. SEBI panel calls for an overhaul of takeover rules. And a new study says planting trees could be even better for the environment than previously thought. The terms for the goods and service tax could get diluted. On Wednesday, Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee proposed a new structure for the tax that includes major concessions for states. The concessions include imposing different tax slabs that don't include petroleum products, alcohol, electricity, and real estate. Under Mukherjee's proposal, starting next fiscal, there'll be a 20% tax on goods, a 12% tax for so-called mass items, and a 16% tax on services. Those rates will then start merging until they reach a uniform 16% in 3 years. The goods and services tax aims to replace several indirect taxes and to create a common market across the country. It's scheduled to be rolled out on the 1st of April next year. And while the center may have made many concessions to states on GST, it's looking to take control of key aspects of the tax. The draft constitutional amendment proposes to give the center veto powers over rates. On the flip side, the center will not be able to change GST rates by itself. And another major government proposal this week could make acquisitions more expensive for Indian companies. On Monday, markets regulator SEBI suggested an overhaul of takeover regulations that will make life easier for incumbents and harder for corporate raiders. As per the proposed changes, the threshold for open offers will go from 15% to 25%. But once a company crosses that mark, it will also have to make an open offer to buy a full 100% of the company's shares. Under existing rules, buyers only need to make open offers for 20% after acquiring a 15% stake. And some of India's most important banks announced their quarterly numbers during the week. HDFC Bank met analyst expectations with its net profit shooting up almost 34% to more than 800 crores in the quarter ending June. Net interest income rose 29.4% to 2,401 crores. And another private lender posted robust numbers. On Wednesday, Yes Bank announced a 56% increase in net profit to 156 crore. Its net interest income climbed 67% to reach 262. Yes Bank's numbers were driven by strong credit growth that came largely from 3G auction payments. And moving on to the environment, a new study proposed afforestation program could help suck up more greenhouse gases than previously thought. The report from the Indian Institute of Science says the scheme could offset 10.5% of projected emissions. That's compared to an Environment Ministry estimate of 6.4%. The proposed Green India mission plans to restore and add 10 million hectares of forests over the next 10 years. And here are some stories in brief. A Monday morning train accident in Bengal left some 60 passengers dead. The deadly mishap occurred when a passenger train collided with a train that was waiting at a station. Another 100 passengers were wounded. The Andhra Pradesh High Court has granted bail to 5 of the accused in the Satyam accounting fraud case. Those out of the prison include the company's former MD, B. Ramaraju. Not given bail is his brother and Satyam founder, B. Ramalingaraju. A warning on inflation, this time from the government. On Friday, the Prime Minister's chief economic advisor, C. Rangarajan, said inflation was currently the biggest threat to India's economic growth. Rangarajan also said monetary policy had to be tightened. And finally, Ratan Tata is all set to lead a new joint venture to assemble helicopters in India. The head of the Tata Group will take over as chairman of Indian Rotorcraft. Tata Sons owns 74% of the company, and Augusta Westland the remaining 26%. And that's all we have for you this week. Thanks for watching.